Good evening, everybody. I'm Fictional Crystals, and yet another great episode of Steven Universe has aired. Gem Heist added more to the world of Steven Universe, or rather the universe of Steven Universe. This episode starts where the last one left off, with the gems arriving at the human zoo. Inside, we get our first ever look at some other amethysts. We've been talking about fully grown amethysts for a while, and now we get to actually see some. Most people thought that the other amethysts would be stern, but nope. They're really just amethysts but bigger. They are amethysts but bigger. They were even made on Earth too. On the wall, you can see patterns that are like the ones from the Sky Arena and the Galaxy Warp. After seeing the guards, they realize that they won't fit in. Steven thought that changing his name would work as a disguise. It's nice to know that even after everything he's been through, he's still got a sense of humor. He called himself Esteban, which is Spanish for Steven. However, Ruby and Sapphire had a better plan for disguises. Can I just mention how great Amethyst, Steven, and Pearl's reactions are every time Ruby and Sapphire infuse?
Ruby, Sapphire!
Ruby, Sapphire!
Ruby, Sapphire!
And also those poses they did when they infused, those are so Garnet poses. They decide they need to go along with the roles they were made for. I always hoped there would be an episode like this, and now it happened. Sure, some of them were rusty at being HomeWorld Gems, and some had never even been HomeWorld Gems, but it was their only chance at getting Greg. However, there was one line that I could not stop laughing at, especially since Sapphire said it.
Stick together. Play it straight.
Play it straight.
They go to the door that the Amethysts are guarding. Of course the Amethysts tease them, but a new character called Holly Blue Agate interrupts. She has quite a unique gem placement. As soon as she sees Sapphire, she scolds the Amethyst guards. Sapphire is a higher class gem than Holly Blue Agate. Holly kept calling Sapphire her Clarity. They said they had an offering for the zoo, that way Holly would bring them in. Unfortunately, Amethyst had to stay outside with the Amethyst guards, meaning she had to stay shapeshifted for a while, which is never good, and she had to answer whatever questions they had. At least they were made on Earth just like her. The others go on, but Pearl, being the servant, had to open the doors. The gem technology was different from when she was lost to HomeWorld Gem, so she struggled opening the door. When Pearl finished, Holly Blue Agate said that will be all, which we've actually heard Peridot say to Pearl before.
That will be all?
That will be all.
Eventually, they reach the door to where the humans are held, and come up with a distraction to get Holly Blue Agate out of the way.
For a human
Explosion!
For a long time, people have asked if Sapphire winks or blinks. Now we got our answer, I think. I found it weird that Ruby started yelling as soon as Holly Blue and Sapphire got out of the frame. They were just a few steps away from Ruby. How did they not hear all the yelling?
my guidance.
Ruby was angry because Holly Blue kept praising Blue Diamond. The same gem that stole Greg yelled at Ruby and Sapphire, didn't like Garnet, and wanted Ruby shattered. The gems attempting to open the door had to be my favorite part of the episode. Unfortunately, it didn't last long since Holly Blue and Sapphire were back. They see the gems, they're just acting casual. Holly Blue Agate saw the marks on the door but blamed an amethyst for it. I remember reading a theory somewhere a while back that this amethyst with the chipped tooth might actually be a raspberry quartz, which would explain some things about her. The two guards say that Blue Diamond's back. Holly Blue is overjoyed, but the crystal gems, especially Ruby and Sapphire, who used to serve Blue Diamond, were terrified. Holly Blue decides that Sapphire should speak with Blue Diamond, and Steven gets taken away to be put in the zoo, which makes things even worse. He goes through a tunnel and sees these finger screens, which are very similar to Peridot's limb enhancers, except they're blue, making me think that we'll see a new Peridot-related character soon, like an Era-1 Peridot or her manager. Steven very painfully gets his clothes changed, and then he gets taken into the human part of the zoo, which is where the episode ends. Other things I noticed about the episode is that the zoo's color scheme is mainly blue and pink. Pink Diamond used to own the zoo, but now Blue Diamond preserves it. Everywhere in the zoo and Pink Diamond's palanquin are these flower designs. Perhaps Pink liked nature. Agates are a kind of quartz, which explains Holly Blue's size. Lastly, after a very long time, we get to see another red eye. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, cause that will be all.